that. Okay, because I said, hold on, while you're
Sure.
talking here, I said I had my sheet, so I put it on a whiteboard, as you and I discussed I might try to do, just to try to make sense of it, okay? So this is where we are, all right? We took Japan, because Trump's been talking a lot about Japan, Brent. You went through Japan. So he got a 46% tariff. That day when he stood up there, 46% came up. So I've got the numbers here, the difference between the exports and imports. I filled in all the numbers. There's one number here, though, I'm going to put in red. That is 0.25. That's your number. That's the number. Well, that's the number they say is your number, right? And when you take that number, that's the magic number, I put it in red, and you plug it into their equation, you get 46%.
Well, close, but not quite. The number that we would put, that I would put, based on my research in for that value, is 0.95.
Okay.
And that differs from the one that they used, like you said, which was 0.25. You know, the difference is almost a...
Oh my God. Let's stop it right here, man. Is this where we are? Is this where we are? Talking about a formula, about the tariffs. First of all, this lady doesn't even know how the formula works. Second of all, none of us use this formula in everyday life. How the hell do we know what's right and what's wrong? Are you this Trump deranged that you want to talk about a formula that you can't break down or explain how it works? Or if I gave you a scenario that you could not actually put inside of a formula, are you really going to sit on this as if Trump doesn't know what he's doing? He used the wrong formula. What part of the formula did he use that was wrong? You don't know what the hell is going on. CNN is trying to basically say, or The Economist is saying, Trump used the wrong formula. It should say this instead of that. Let me tell you something. Most Americans don't care what formula that they used, as long as we retaliated or gave some type of reciprocal tariff back and we start to address the issue of the unfair trade system. Why in the hell do I give a damn about what formula that they used? I'm not going to hold them to that standard. If 50 to 60 countries are calling to negotiate about the tariffs, why do I care about what formula that they use to get there? The end result, the reality, is that they're actually coming to negotiate. You see how dumb people are because they want to fight against everything Trump does? What does that have to do with countries like South Korea and Japan who are flying into the United States, Israel flying into the United States to try to say, hey, can we work out a deal, 0% tariffs? What does that have to do with Italy, Cambodia, South Korea, Japan? What does this have to do with any of that? What does the formula have to do with actual business that's happening in everyday life? They're talking about a formula that she can't even break down. This guy said, well, no, I would actually use this instead of that. This tells me that no matter what, whatever Trump does, they're always going to find a wrong with it. And who's to say that the error that they're talking about is not intentional? What if it was meant to be higher than the reciprocal tariff? I guarantee you, most Americans don't care about the formula. They care about the results. But people that are Trump deranged and just silly are going to say, he's so bad that he used the wrong formula. And then if you ask them, well, what does that formula represent? I guarantee you, I would go to the casino right now and put $1,000 on black that they would not be able to tell you what this formula even represented and how to actually take the formula, put in a problem equation and figure out the answer. This is where we are right now. She's got a whiteboard in front of her to try to break down what she thinks that she knows. And the guy corrects her and says, no, I wouldn't use that number. I would use this number. You're not a mathematician. Stop it. You do not understand what's going on. And at least what Trump is doing is trying to correct the unfair trade system that is going on right now. As of today, it's just of today, the stock market boomed 2,500 points just because he said, hey, I'm going to give 90-day tariffs and 10% across the board. Could it have been a strategy? That's what he says that was his strategy. It could have been. Maybe it wasn't. However, when you're playing the game, you can then make decisions on how you want to create the play. If the 90-day tariff was not a part of the plan, and then he made it a part of the plan, he can do that because he's playing the game. No one cares about the formula. Liberals, Democrats, stop. You sound stupid. You're trying to find a flaw in everything that this man does, and you can't even explain what exactly is the problem. I've heard 4 videos of people talk about the equation and the formula. And I said, I'm not going to cuss, I give 2 craps about the formula that he used if he got them calling in. There's theory and there's reality. And what matters is reality. I'm going to get off this thing. I just thought I'd make a video because CNN is crashing out once again because they want to prove that Donald Trump is wrong about a formula, and then she gets corrected by this economist or math guy and says, no. I wouldn't use that number. I would use this number. So you don't even know what number he would use. Let me know your guys' thoughts below about this video and about CNN trying to correct Trump about the formula that he used instead of the results that are being done. I'm all about results. I don't care how you get there. I don't care if you have to create a plan, if you have to change the plan, but the end result is the end result. Most Americans feel the same way. Okay? All right, Pumpkin. Let me get out of here, man. Like I say, after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work.